What is going on, peoples off the YouTubes? This is Peter, or the Black-Hearted Soul, and welcome to another weapon review. Today we are reviewing the AK-74M. This is an auto fire and a single shot fire weapon. There's no burst fire on this one, and the rate of fire of it is 650. It has 30 rounds on its mag. Of course, that if you reload it while you still have ammo on your mag, you will have 31 rounds per mag. It is classified as a long range weapon, and it can be pretty well used and in short, medium, and long range. So first I want to show you guys its recoil. We are using the reflex sight, heavy barrel, and foregrip on it, and I'm going to show you guys first the recoil with no recoil control. 1, 2, 3, and there you go, guys. It is a pretty big spread. Although it doesn't spread that wide, it is still a pretty big spread. So now I am going to show you guys the same thing, but while tapping the weapon. As you guys can see, the spread is a lot. It is a lot better, and it is a lot smaller, and it is a lot more straightforward to up instead of this one, which is all completely crazy, going a lot more to the sides. And this one is a straightforward up while you tap fire this weapon. This is why this weapon is very good for tap firing, and you just need a little bit of recoil control, as I'm gonna show you guys right now, to actually fire it pretty good. Right now I'm gonna show you guys full auto with recoil control. That's a pretty tight spread. It is not too bad. You can go full auto on this weapon. I just don't recommend it at long range and kind of medium range. It's always better to tap fire your weapon. Just make use that you just make use of the tap firing accuracy. Just make yourself get used to that, and make yourself always tap fire. Only in short range, or in panic situations, just use the auto fire. So now I'll use the tap fire with recoil control. As you guys can see, that is a really small spread. It is really good. Now I could also show you guys the single fire mode, but for me it isn't worth it, simply because I just think that this weapon is just so good in auto fire, because you can just tap it and have such a small spread that you don't really need to go on single shot mode. So yeah, now I'm gonna show you guys some gameplay. So yeah, guys, here we are. I'm showing you guys some gameplay. I have to say that this was not my best gameplay, and my connection was just being a bitch. I do not know why, and since I'm still kind of sick, it's pretty hard for me to get gameplay, and it's pretty hard for me to play because something really shitty happened today to me, which is this thing broke, and I cut my hands all up on it and was full of blood, and it hurts, and my hands are full of cuts now, so it fucking sucks, and it hurts, and it's kind of hard to play. So but I still wanted to get this gameplay for you guys to get this weapon review going. And yeah, now let's talk about the weapon. The AK-74M has a fair deal of damage. It is not super damaging like an M16, an M16A3 or an M416, but it's still reasonably damaging. You can do some damage with it. The major drawback to this weapon is that it has a rate of fire of 650, which is there in the low ranks of rate of fires. And that kind of makes it a lot weaker, because if it was like a 750, 800 rate of fire, it would be such a more easy and usable weapon. It will be a lot more fun to even use it than it is with this rate of fire, which kind of sucks. My recommendations: I recommend you guys to always try and tap fire these from medium to long ranges. You can go full auto if you do some recoil control. Of course, always do recoil control. You can go full auto on this one on short range. Don't worry, it will hit. You will hit your target. For me, you don't really need the single shot fire mode. You just need to leave this on auto and just tap fire it when you need some more accuracy, and not tap fire it when you don't, or basically when you're just closer. You can just do your stuff, just full auto on that bitch, and you will hit your targets and they will not know what hit them. Now about controlling the engagement, about choosing where you actually should use this weapon and how. You should search for medium to short range encounters, but if you go long range, it will not be much of a problem, since this weapon is actually a long range weapon. From what it says on the stats on battle log, it is actually classified as a long range weapon. I do not like using it in long range, simply because the recoil of it is kind of weird, and it's not really consistent, and sometimes it can be hard to hit your targets if you're not used to typing your weapon, and it gets a lot easier if you go for those medium to short distance encounters. But another thing, short distance encounters are also not that good. Try and flank your enemies for short distance encounters, and don't let them, and move your ass. Don't let them shoot you, because if they suppress you, it's gonna be really hard for you to hit them, because like you have a low rate of fire. As you guys can see right now, I had a low rate of fire and I was being suppressed. So when you have such a low rate of fire, and you're actually even being suppressed, your aim, it's gonna be bad because you're being suppressed, and since you have that low rate of fire, you're sending less bullets, so you're having less opportunities to actually hit your target, which kind of sucks. And as I said, so this is the major drawback on this weapon, which is actually a pretty good weapon. It's a pretty reasonable weapon. I won't say it's really good, but it's a pretty reasonable weapon. It's pretty usable, and but you mainly just have to know how to use it, because you need to control the engagement, Woody's gamertag style over here, and you just need to control the engagement, know what you're doing, and know when to use it and how to use it. Always use recoil control. That is my best advice for you guys. Always, with pretty much every weapon. I don't really know of, like, I can't really think about now, like, of a weapon that doesn't need recoil control. I mean, some weapons don't need it, but they benefit from it. If you use it, you're just gonna be so much more accurate, and you're just gonna get more kills and in less bullets, because you are just going to hit your enemies a lot more times. You're going to hit your enemies a lot more without having that much of a trouble, and without like getting shot at that much, because you will have an advantage on them, because you are being so accurate that your weapons are hitting them and suppressing them pretty well. Right over there, when you guys saw this little clip over here, that little part is actually one of my. I didn't really control the engagement pretty well, because I actually had heard that those two guys were around there, because I heard them shooting, and I heard two different weapons. So I actually knew that there was two guys. I was just hoping. I still went through there because I was just hoping for one of them to be distracted so I could take him out and then take out his friend. But they weren't. They were both waiting for me too, because they probably heard me too, and one of them killed me. Well, at least I got one kill, which is already not bad. And for me, if you actually get one kill and then die, at least I'm happy, because I recovered my kill. I just don't feel that guilty, because like I got at least I covered the kill. I covered the death, because I still, in that life and that ticket, I still killed somebody. So yeah, I know you guys get what I'm saying. I know that I'm weird and that I explain stuff really weirdly and really stupidly, but I think you guys can understand me. Another thing, I want you guys to please give me topics for the series speeder. series, because I actually really want to do more episodes on that. I really like that series, and I really wanted to get more views and shit. And as you guys know, it always has Battlefield 3 gameplay on the background, so if you guys just want to hear some nice commentary with some nice gameplay on the background, you can just listen to it and it'll be pretty cool. Another thing is for the weapons reviews, I'm still trying to get this to Pixel Enemy Revive, and wish me good luck, guys, if you are actually seeing this, and if this is actually on Pixel Enemy Revive. Yay, I made it. Thank you so much. And another thing, I want to thank all of you guys for all the support. Right now we are at 127 subs, and thank you guys so much. I've been getting 1 and sometimes 2 subs per day, and a good amount of views, and that is just so cool. And I'm really sorry for no video on Tuesday. It really sucked. It was just such a tiring day, and I was sick. I was still sick, and yeah, that kind of sucked. So yeah, guys, I hope you guys have enjoyed this. I've been Peter, or the Black-Hearted Soul, and please like the video, subscribe, and do all that good stuff, and live a long time.